Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Living Tomorrow Today. It is Saturday, June 29th, and tomorrow is our first big drive in the RV. And it is full of challenges, challenges that we probably won't normally have to deal with. But what we have decided to do is that we are spending today prepping the RV. We've never actually really done that. Every time that we've moved, it's always been kind of wake up early in the morning and start getting the RV ready. But we are going to prep as much as we can today. We're going to hook up the truck, we're going to dump the tanks, we're going to remove the covers from the wheels. My goal is to be as close as possible tomorrow morning to just waking up, eating breakfast, and then pulling out of here, because we have to leave early. And the RV park that we are staying at tomorrow night, as we keep going down to South Padre Island, they have a really strict rule about being there no later than 5. So we want to give ourselves plenty of time to be there, and we are. So we just need to leave early and make sure that we make it on time. Another challenge is that we're selling Nicole's car, so we have to kind of figure that out logistically, because we're selling to Carvana. So we need to figure out exactly where we're going to meet them to sell it. We're hoping we don't have to drive it all the way down to South Padre Island, and we can maybe meet south of San Antonio so that they can pick up the vehicle. But anyway, so today I'm just going to walk you through the things I'm doing. We just woke up. I'm having coffee right now, obviously, and I'm getting ready to dump the tanks and start working on the RV. So as I mentioned earlier, I went ahead and dumped our tanks, and I didn't film any of that because my hands were busy, so I didn't get to do it. But both tanks are now dumped and clean. I went ahead and hooked the hose back up just so that we can not fill up our sewer tank, our gray tank. But I told the kids, and I told the kids to go ahead and use the restroom as much as possible in the clubhouse. So Nicole and I are now going to head to Home Depot and Walmart to do some things that we need to get done. I'm going to buy some more wood like this, so because it's a lot lighter than these bricks that I had. These are bricks that we had at the house, and they work well, except that they're really heavy. It's probably 125 pounds in bricks. I have them there, like 2 in the back, and they're really heavy. So that's just weight that we're carrying in the back of the truck, and I don't want to do that. So I could buy, they sell at Walmart or a bunch of places, big plastic squares that do come up this high, but they're like $30. And I could go to Home Depot and get a piece of wood cut for like $30. So I think I'm going to do that instead. So that's what we're going to do at Home Depot, and return a couple of things at Walmart to get some money back. Quick tip while I'm out here: putting out the awning on the side that gets the sun in the morning is a really great way to keep the RV cool and also help your refrigerator. This slide right here has a refrigerator in it, so it helps the freezer and the fridge work a little more efficiently because there's sun being blocked. However, we are expecting some storms, maybe a small storm this afternoon, or possibility, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it back in. The kids are gonna stay here, but I don't really trust them to pay attention to the weather, and if it gets really windy, I don't want this to break. We actually had once already. It got really windy on us, and the whole thing like just flipped over the RV and then came back down, shook the whole thing. It was crazy. We got lucky that nothing broke, so I don't want to take that chance again, especially since we're leaving tomorrow. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it back in right now. So I've never actually filled up this external tank to the 55 gallons it holds. So I'm just kind of watching it and making sure that I don't overfill it, because since I've never filled it, I don't know if it's going to stop on its own like a regular tank does inside your vehicle. So far I put in $100. That was split between the tank in the truck and what I was putting in here. And we're at 123 right now, so we'll see how much it takes to fill up both tanks. Although the truck was about a quarter of the way full already. That looks pretty good. I think I'm gonna stop right there. All right, guys, so we just left, well, we left Walmart and then we stopped at Buc-ee's and filled up the tanks. And I started the odometer. I need to show you. So from the time we pulled out of the gas station, I set it to 0. So I want to get an idea of how many miles I can get out of the truck without having to refuel. And now we're gonna go try and find those long pieces of wood that we can cut up so that we don't have to carry all that heavy brick. And one thing I hadn't thought about actually, and like I said, everything is new, so I put probably 50 gallons of fuel inside the truck, and that's like 400 pounds that I just added to the bed. So now we need to take that into consideration as well. Okay, so we got a 4x6x10 piece of lumber, and we're gonna have somebody come cut it, but they're super busy, so Nicole's gonna wait here while I go hunt down somebody. And I'm gonna have them cut it down into 1-foot sections, which will give us 10 pieces of wood. And this weighs a whole lot less than all those bricks that we have, and easier to move and stuff like that. So, and this is $24. And those jack stand things from that they sell at Walmart, not jack stands, but the plastic things for leveling that they sell at Walmart are like $30 for one. And we would have to probably buy like at least 4 of those to make up for this. So this is a way cheaper option, just something to consider.
Is that logistics skills kicking in?
Well, there's stuff there. Okay, so we made it back to the house, and I think we're gonna make some lunch. We're gonna make a big bulk thing of something so that we have food for later and we don't have to make any more dishes, and hopefully we can have enough for tomorrow as well. And then we're gonna start cleaning up a little bit, picking up just some of the things that we have around the RV. And in a couple of hours we are going, I think it's supposed to rain a little bit, so we're gonna see if it rains, but then we're gonna hook up the truck to the RV, because that always takes a while. And I'm concerned that it may be a little hard this time, because you probably can't tell, but the RV is flat, and then this right here kind of goes down, and that's the first time we've ever parked like that. And I remember seeing a video where somebody had a difficult time hooking up, so hopefully we do not have a hard time doing that. And if we can hook up and not have to back up the RV, that would be awesome. That way we can just stay hooked up and then leave tomorrow. Otherwise, we're gonna have to break everything down, back up the RV a little bit so that I'm not sticking out with the truck over there. But that's the plan for now. Eden and I are removing the covers from the tires so that we can check all the tire pressures, and if we need to add air to anything, then we will go ahead and do that. So we're gonna do this. And then I just realized that the little tire pressure gauge that I have only goes up to 60, but the cold tire pressure on the truck is 80 PSI. So I'm probably gonna have to run somewhere and buy a little readout that goes above 80, or at least hits 80. Okay, so tire pressure is good. Now we just need to connect the battery back up to the power so that the battery charges up over the next day. We usually disconnect it so that it doesn't just drain. And I'm not too smart when it comes to how to properly take care of these batteries. I need to get better at it. It's been disconnected for a long time, so I'm gonna connect it and hopefully charge it up. That way, the main use for this is whenever we get to the next campground, we can drop the jack and open up the slides without having to connect to power. And then the batteries also power up some of the lights inside if we need to get inside the RV or anything like that. So we're gonna hook those up, and then I think we're gonna start working on hooking up the hitch to the truck. So just so you know, I don't know if it'll be different for yours, but this was a 14mm socket that we used for these different battery terminals right there. So now we just put the lid back on, just like that, and then strap hopefully came with your RV, is just to keep that on there. So we have hooked up the truck to the RV. We were going back and forth on whether we should do it or not. Nicole really did it. She was kind of leaning towards hooking up tomorrow morning. I didn't want to wait till tomorrow morning because I was afraid that we may have trouble hooking up the truck because that happens sometimes with the Hensley hitch. It can get a little difficult, but it didn't take long, which was good. And I'm glad that we got that done. We put some stuff away. We're way ahead of the curve now. So tomorrow morning, we just need to do a quick walkthrough, and we will be set to go early in the morning. So now I'm just going to organize the back of the truck, and because we have some large boxes that need to go in there, and I'm just basically trying to do as much as possible before we have to leave in the morning. So we have this ice chest that I honestly don't know if I'm going to keep. These pieces of wood I don't think I need anymore. That's going to my dad. Just kind of little things like that that I need to get done. So I'm going to get working on that and just do as much as possible before tomorrow morning. We are all packed up and ready for the night. We're done for the night.
Tell them where we're gonna go.
We're gonna go to Walmart because I need to get a new tire pressure reader, and then we're gonna swing by Buc-ee's so that we can fill up Nicole's car. That way she doesn't have to do it in the morning. And
then where are we gonna go to stay? Like
tomorrow.
Where's it gonna be? Yeah.
And then tomorrow we're driving south of San Antonio. So that we can stay for the night.
Takes 5 hours.
Yep, and then finish our drive to Brownsville. So tomorrow I will document our drive down to San Antonio. If you guys are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you at the next one. Bye.